I'm gonna go ahead and get this started. What's up, guys? Stingray Trades here. Today is February 6th, 2019. I'm just gonna do a quick trade review just of my silver trades, my oil trade, and actually just hop back in silver. So I'll just kind of work through that, and that'll be it. And then I'll do my normal FX review at the end of the week and just recap all my normal FX trades from that. So this was the previous trade that we had talked about. If you go back to my previous reviews, I talked about why I had gotten in silver long here and why we were finding resistance here, and that these were my two ultimate targets for this trade, right? So if we looked at it, it came into our key high time frame level, right? Rallied off that, and then made the low time frame bullish market structure. And when that kind of broke this daily level right here, that's when I got in blindly. And as long as this held right here, this pivot, this low time frame low, I knew I was okay, right? And so I had already put my sell order in, and that took me out right on that, and that was it, and that trade was closed. So that was pretty much it. That was a nice kind of booster to my week on top of that 1.4R from the dollar CAD trade that I was able to pull in right before FOMC. So I was able to pull in a nice, 7.6R last week. So yeah, that's how my week went last week. Went pretty well. Yeah, I was pretty happy with that trade. I managed it well. I think I played it well overall. And if we see what happened then now, what time frame was that? That was a 4 hour. So let's look at the 4 hour now. Right, this is a new level. This is a new weekly level that I'd put in. But if you look, we rejected right off that daily level that we were looking at. If we zoom out even more, right, right there, support, breaks, resistance, rounded retest, right, still resistance. So now next time I think this could break, just because this market is so bullish and metals are looking so good. I think if we do retest this again, this could break again. So I am aiming for this trend line on the next move. So now let me go into why I entered silver again after I exited up here. So basically, keep in mind our high time frame target is this trend line right here, and if we do a little bit of fib confluence, right, if we measure out from this low to this high, right, the 0.62, which is the 1.618, comes in right at here too, right? So this is ultimately our target. So here we can write that out. We can draw that out. Let's mark that in orange, and that's going to be our target. Okay. Cool. So now let's go back down to the 4 hour. Again, just like it came here, I didn't buy this test blindly, even though I knew this was the level I wanted to get interested in, this pink level. So why did I pick that pink level? This is the weekly level. Right, so if you look, this was the down move before the market pushed up, right? This was the bullish break in market structure. This was the down move before it. So I knew I wanted to get involved there, right? But I didn't buy it blindly there again, right? So I waited for this rally. And once this rally happened, I said, okay, this is my next SR. So this is where I want to get involved, right? So I bought it right here, right around here, right? And now it's broken it. It's broken this daily level and then reclaim this. So I eventually want to see this get reclaimed. Otherwise, if it does break this again and start heading down here, my stop is below this low. I will be looking to cut it and reduce it so I don't take a full R loss on that. But I would like to see it reclaim this and then eventually take out these highs, and then once we come into this level, we can see, right? Because even from here, stop below this. It's still a 2R, right? Just to your first trouble area. This is your first major SR level. So that's the reason I'm back in silver right now. Oil. So oil. So this is my entry and this is my exit, or my stop loss. I guess I just got taken out pretty recently. So if I show you guys why I entered this trade. Okay, so first of all, let's go out to the daily. So this is our high time frame level, right? And the whole popular thing on crypto Twitter right now is the over-under trade, right? So this is technically an over-under. Over-under is just basically, it's a deviation of a level, the way I learned it. It's also can be viewed as a head and shoulders. There's so many ways you can look at it. It's a basic price action concept, right? So this is your high time frame level. You have it finding support here, support, right? It's in a range, breaks below it, right? And then it reclaims it. And as soon as it finds support again here, this is where you want to be looking along it. I missed this. I wasn't paying attention, right? I didn't have alerts. I wasn't, watching the charts on oil at that time. I don't usually trade oil, just a kind of forewarning. This was one of my first trades on oil. So what did I do? Okay. So basically, when this was coming in here, I had taken some other scalp trades within here, within this range between this block and this block. But once this broke out of here, I was looking to take a more longer term trade, aiming for this weekly level up here. Right? I do think that oil still could come up here, take out these highs into this level right here, right? But where did I get on? So as soon as it broke this high right here, that was the bullish breaker market structure for me, right? As soon as it breaks this high, that was the bullish breaker market structure for me, right? So as soon as it broke that, I was looking to get involved in any retrace. So I got in around here, I think. No, where was it? Okay, so I got in higher up. I got in here. As soon as it broke this and it made this low and then this lower low, I was looking to get in, right? I was trying to buy this block right here probably, right? It ended up nuking that, but I was fine because my invalidation was below this cluster right here. As long as this cluster held, then I was probably right. So it did come up and take this high, right? So it made a higher high off that, and then it swung failed this low when it came back down. So I was ultimately looking for this to hold once it took out this high. But since it did swing fail this and then start rallying off of that, I was fine. But here, this is where I could have been more active about managing my trade, right? Is I wanted to see this 4 hour block break once it swung failed this low, right? And it came up and it found resistance here and it rejected off here and sold off, right? And once it sold off, it broke this range low and then eventually took my stop. But as soon as it rejected here, that's where I could have been more proactive and managed my trade and maybe cut it earlier, not maybe taking the full R, maybe taking it at 0 R or slightly in profit. It doesn't really matter at that point, right? But see now we see it's breaking down further after it broke this 4 hour level. But those are basically my two commodities trades over the week. Just wanted to recap those. But anyways, have a good week, guys.